Kimberly, what I liked, we're today in Andorra supporting Dottoressa Rosa Maria Bruni. She's a woman and is in the same situation like yours. Can you just say what is the common point between Bruni and you?
The common point being that we all have children that are being held in Germany by corrupt legal means to keep the children from the foreign parent. And like Mrs. Bruni, I also have a daughter in Germany who I'm not able to get out for the last 3 years, for really the only reason being that the Germans will not let my daughter leave Germany. And Mrs. Bruni is in the same situation.
And you have other children, right?
Yes.
Explain it.
Yes, I have other children, and I have custody of these children. And the issue is, I have no problem with the other father, the Italian father, and we have found a way to manage joint custody and sharing our child and co-parenting our child.
And you are living in New York, right?
In New York, yes.
So, and can you explain what happened? Can you explain to Antoine what happened last time you went to Germany? He'd like to know.
The last time I went to Germany.
When was that?
Well, I go to Germany every month to see my daughter. I go to Germany every month to see my daughter, and I have been trying to get a fair hearing in a court for about 3 years. I was finally able to reach the appellate court, and I was brought in without having an American representative present. I also had a lawyer that basically did not say a word. And there was a translator who was very slow, and by the time anything was translated, I didn't have even a chance to give my side of the story. The German justice, the system is just to keep you in the court system as long as possible so they can buy time. So the child becomes Germanized, so the child speaks only German, so the child becomes so involved in the German community that the foreign parent becomes a threat to not only the family and the Germans, but also to the child. The child is basically institutionalized and trained to actually be against the foreign parent. They are subconsciously.
Sorry, but did you get a fair justice in Germany?
Never. I've never. I had joint custody of my daughter, and the father went behind my back to the court and told the court that he didn't know where I was when I have lived in the same house in New York for 7 years. He went to the court in this small village in Memminger and was able to get the court to give him temporary physical custody of my child based on the fact that he said he was afraid that I might take her back to America. I never was married to this man. I never lived in Germany with him. My daughter was only spending time in Germany at that time with his family because she was ill, and I was with my other child. So it was really a very short period of time because my daughter was very sick. We had her recuperating in Germany. And when I went to go back and get her, which is only after a couple of months, to take my daughter back, who at the time was only a year old, who was born in America, who had been living with me, and we'd only gone to Germany for a few months. When I went to take my child back, I flew to America. I actually made it out at that time. And he went under the Hague Convention and claimed abduction and also habeas corpus, saying that the child was still sick and that in my care she might possibly become more ill or perhaps die. With this court document, he came to America and went to the police and said that I had abducted my own daughter back to the place where she was born. This, of course, started the last 3 years of my life, of constantly now trying to get her out of Germany. I attempted one other time to take her out of Germany. Sorry. After much negotiation, I was able to negotiate with the father a planned vacation with my daughter so she could see her brother. I flew my son in Italy because we only agreed that we could keep her in the EU. So I flew to Germany with this paper saying I had the permission to take my daughter on a 2-week holiday so she could be with her brother. Basically, after months of negotiation, I flew there. I picked her up, and then I thought everything was fine, and I took a taxi to the airport. Upon arriving to the airport in Stuttgart, I was arrested. I was surrounded by no less than 10 police officers, Germans with guns. Basically had me down on my hands and had me handcuffed, hands and legs.
No, and you stayed 1 or 2 days in jail, right?
I went to jail, yes.
You went to jail. And what happened there?
I tried to explain that I had a piece of paper and basically they said, well, the father
but
changed
what happened then?
What happened then? Then they charged me with abduction, even though I had an agreement with the father. He merely said that he changed his mind. And the German said that he had the right to change his mind and not allow the mother to take
And
the
you were
child.
flying to?
We were flying just to Rome as agreed upon with the father for a holiday.
Yeah, but once again, then you had to pay 10,000 euros.
Then I was, not only was I had bruises on my face, I was thrown to the ground. I had bruises. They took my child out of my arms and then they charged me with resisting arrest. And I went to court the next couple days later. I was kept in jail and I was charged. I got a 10,000 euro fine for resisting arrest. And I was also told at that time to not have any contact with my daughter from that point on. I see my daughter for about 12 months, 13 months until I had a visitation hearing. And
in Germany?
In Germany. My visitation court hearing in Germany cost me another $10,000, $15,000. And I was able to accomplish that I could see my daughter from 9 to 5 and not leave the village. I had a 2-mile radius and surrender my passport each day. So I had to pick her up at 9, surrender the passport, and bring her back at 5. And I was not allowed to travel outside the village of Memming. So I've been doing that now for a couple of years. And I finally was able to get a court date to appeal the decision that should have never been made in the first place in the court in Memming.
Okay, sorry, did you get some help from your American government?
Nothing. I've got no help from my government. I've contacted everyone, the Munich embassy, the consulate. They just send me to various lawyers. I've had 4 lawyers now. I've probably spent each year average of 20 to 30,000 euro.
For what?
For nothing. I get 8 hours. I'm not allowed to pick her up at the school. I'm not allowed to have her for Christmas. I'm not allowed.
Can you say that Germany is keeping your own daughter hostage?
They are keeping her hostage. Can I say it? They are. They're keeping her hostage. She was initially learning English. Now they will not let her speak English. They
so
are
no communication between you.
No,
between
they're
you and
insisting
your
that I learn German. In between working, raising a son, I'm supposed to learn German as well, and I've done everything within the legal system of Germany. I've had no help. I have gone to the Jugendamt.
Is that a fair justice?
There is no justice in Germany for foreign parents.
Oh, there is a justice.
There's a justice for German national parents, and that's it.
What happened in December last year? Who did you meet last year in December, and what happened then?
Well, in December, I found out that I wasn't alone and that this isn't an individual case and it's not my case alone. And I found out about Marinella Colombo in Italy, who also has 2 sons that have been basically abducted back to Germany by the father. And I heard about Marinella Colombo, and I heard about CED and Olivier Cara. And
what is CED?
CED is an international organization that helps parents from every nationality who have all had their children abducted by legal German means. And all of us have different stories, but there's the same common thread that we are all fighting for our children.
What is the result in each case?
In each case, it's the same thing, that it's a foreign parent who leaves a German parent and is not allowed to leave Germany with their children,
and
ever.
If you do so, you are
a criminal. If you do so, you are a criminal.
In the eyes of German justice.
Yes, they criminalize you and you immediately become a criminal. You have a record. You are on the Interpol. You have your passport flagged. You cannot move within Germany without being noticed or being observed. So it's really a concept where they keep you trapped and they keep our children trapped.
By legal means?
By legal means.
In Germany, are you alone?
I'm always alone in Germany. I'm always alone. You can't have anyone there. You can't. It's a closed courtroom because they don't want anyone to even see what they do inside. And what they.
Okay, but on the side of the German parents, are the people like Jugendamt or Verfahrensfähiger or all these people?
No, they just do everything they can to keep building a file against you. They do psychological evaluations. They determine if you're nervous. They determine if you're too aggressive because you want to get your children back. You are thought of as a bad person.
But that means they are constrained.
You are told to be calm. You are told to be happy with whatever they give you. If they give you 2 hours with your child, you are told that you are lucky because at least you're lucky you get to see them. So they beat you down into a point where you actually feel lucky. You actually feel happy that you get to see your child for 3 hours. You feel happy that you can see them. They tell you will never bring them home. You will never take them back to your home. Never. I'm really fighting because my daughter is being raised by in an environment. She's basically a prisoner of her father's house. She's not socialized. She's not being educated properly. Last time I saw her, she was dirty in dirty clothes and her hair was dirty. And I'm fighting for her quality of life to be improved, and for her to have access to her brothers, for her to have a mother and a family. And this is what I'm fighting for now, because I've accepted that legally I will never, with German justice, be able to get her out. Never. They will never, ever agree to let my child come live with her mother.
And listen,
ever.
All
of us. I mean, there's I think hundreds of us, maybe thousands of us. I mean, we are all fighting the same battle. The circumstances are different. The countries may be different, but the same common thread is that it's parental alienation. And it's our children being really robbed from us. Their childhood's completely taken out of our control, where we have no impact, we have no influence, we have no time, we don't even have the opportunity to be the parents we want to be. They want to keep as many. They're losing 15 million inhabitants over the next, I think, 3 to 5 years. So Germany wants to keep as many children in Germany to keep the system going. They need children.
They need children.
Yeah, they need children. They need your money as well, because you pay the system, you pay the lawyers, you pay the Jugendamt, you pay. You're required to go to Germany. You stay in the hotels, you buy train tickets, you eat in their restaurants. It's a system, because Germany they keep you there. There's no way. You can't fight it. You have to be part of it, or you never see your child. She can see her brother if he comes to her village.
In Germany.
In Germany. It speaks German. It speaks German. Yes, my son, who is an American, whose father is Italian, who is 8 years old, must speak German to his sister if he wants to have a relationship with her.
Okay.